This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with transfer news, scores and stats all in the one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. The app is free. Welcome to Toffee TV. Brighton 1, Everton 0. Three things from today. First thing, why change the team? Teams won 5-1 the other day. Team was excellent at Burnley. Put Burnley on the back foot. Go to Brighton. Not exactly Liverpool or Man City. He changed the team. It didn't work. We were sluggish. No, we were so far away from Richarlison. It was ridiculous. The other day at Burnley, the positive thing about the Burnley performance was we had a genuine front three. We had players who were close by, linking up. Today, 4-5-1. It was. Well, no, it wasn't. It was actually 5-4-1 because Bernard and Walcott were playing as wide midfield players. Richarlison was isolated. Gomez didn't have a very good game. Neither did Garn. It was just that I just didn't understand it. I just thought, leave that team that's battered Burnley full of confidence, get them to Brighton, and then, refresh Richarlison for Leicester at home. And he changed it and it didn't work. And, we turned in a really, really poor performance as far as I'm concerned. That's the first thing I've took. You might disagree. You might think his changes were fine or whatever. I just don't think he needed to change it, and we've been punished for it. Secondly, his substitutions today I didn't think were very good. I thought he waited too long to put Nias on, not that he did anything. I can't understand how Walcott's finished the game. I really can't. The other day against Burnley, he was a threat all the time. He was dangerous running at them. Today, he hardly touched the ball, and when he did, he gave it away. He had a really poor... The right-hand side today, for me, was non-existent. Absolutely non-existent. And I just thought his subs were poor. I wouldn't have took Bernard off. I'd have took Walcott off. I don't know. I just thought, for me, they were poor today, and we've ended up doing very little. You know what I mean? With Sam, I'm having a go with his subs. Calvert-Lewin and Nias come on, and neither of them done a thing. Done an absolute tap. But then Nias was given 8-9 minutes or something, and Dom was given 20 minutes. Just really poor. The Walcott one for me just done me head in because he was terrible and he needed to be subbed. He should have stuck Richarlison on the right or Bernard over on the right hand side. Just really poor. And third point today is we need players. I'm sorry, Marcel, and I'm sorry, Marco. You can come out and spin how good Lookman is and how good Calvert-Lewin is, but at the end of the day, we still need players. We haven't got a centre forward, a good centre forward. Richarlison is he's boss. He can play wide. He can do that job, but we need quality. If we're happy to finish 10th, fair enough. I get it. We don't need anyone. We just keep these and hope that we win enough games to get us in the top 10. I get that. They'll all score goals from time to time. But if you actually want to maybe get into Europe, 7th, try and finish 7th, which we've given ourselves even that's becoming a difficult task now because we're just losing games that we shouldn't be losing. Giving points away like it doesn't matter. I think if we want to get higher, we need better players, and we quite clearly haven't got them. It doesn't matter how good you are ability-wise. If you can't put in a decent performance on the run, 3 or 4 or 5 decent performances, it's almost irrelevant, And I think that's why the likes of Lucas, even though I don't think he had a very good game today, but Luca Dean in general has been excellent because he's been able to turn in consistent performances week after week. But I think we're crying out for the centre forward. We're crying out for someone on the right hand side, whether that be a right back or a right midfield or a right winger. And I also think we're crying out for another midfield player. I just don't think. I don't know. I just think we need more. Whether we get anyone, I don't know. But I think looking at that today just made me go, we do need players. Then for me, they're just not good enough because the consistency isn't there. Top players, good players are consistent week in, week out. Of course, you can lose a game of football. Of course you can, and of course you can have shock defeats. I get it, but 3 days after spanking Burnley, you don't get beat. you go to Brighton and you turn them over because they were there to be turned over. The other keeper who's played about one game this season, just really, really poor performance. And that to me just highlights where we're short. You know, the 7th defeat now in 20 games, it's not exactly a good record, is it? We slip down to 10th if West Ham take anything from their game. They're above us. Goal diff, you know, it's just really, really disappointing. You know, and I've probably taken this defeat to heart a bit more than the others, because this to me was a totally unacceptable defeat. Brighton, don't get me wrong, Brighton are a strong, well-organised team, but when Everton don't play, you know, if we'd have played attacking football and we were unlucky, or we, you know, all right, we've hit the woodwork twice, but so what? You know, so what? We didn't play good football today, let's be honest, and we know that we can. And if we'd have played well and lost, you just have to go, it was one of them days. But coming off the back of the other two hammerings, the Liverpool, it's just been a horrendous, absolutely horrendous December. We've lost 4 games in December and it's been horrendous. And I will be glad to see, from a footballing point of view, I will be glad to see the back of it, because it's just been unacceptable if you're a team that's trying to move forward. It's early on. Marco Silva's trying to build something, of course he is, as is Marcel Brands, but it's just left me with that really horrible taste in my mouth, and it isn't a dodgy pint of beer with. And you know what? I'm going to have a beer now. I don't even really drink, and I'm going to have a couple, because this was going to be one of those games, I can feel it, that takes a while to get over. And now, Leicester at home on Tuesday is a must-win game, and I'll be honest with you, I've got no confidence in them at all to do it, because it's just, we can't defend set pieces. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. There are my thoughts. See you later.